welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We're ready for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. The Atlanta Braves going up against the New York Mets. Man, Singy, he was on a whole different level in his last game. What an effort.
Yeah, Boogie had that look in his eye from the jump. Really had the hitters guessing all day. So much confidence on the mound, and the stats back it up.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about to get started, and our pitcher in this game, Kodai Senga. What's the word on him?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit.
Ready to go now. Stepping in, Ha-Sung Kim. Next offering is foul back. Kicks and fires. Swings and misses, struck him out.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Nick Allen next up for the Braves. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 out, space is empty. That one hammered center field. Robert going back on it. Grabs it right up against the wall. It's the Braves nothing. Mets coming to bat. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And starting this one, Chris Sale.
He's racked up over 2,000 strikeouts in his career. He's such a competitor out on the mound. So fun to watch him work. I'm excited for this one.
And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That one ripped. On the warning track, and hauls it in. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's got a chance. Makes the catch up against the wall.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
2 down, bases empty. Next to hit, Reggie Crawford. They say you win.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out. Down in order go the Mets. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Matt Olson.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In the air, left field, down the line. Bounces over the wall in foul ground. It's an automatic double.
Well, there's something really nice about getting yourself an automatic double like that. You get to stroll into second base without having to worry about a throw or getting your uniform dirty. And now you're just looking for the next hitter to kind of do the same thing. Maybe put one in the gap so you can jog home as well.
Here is Austin Riley on the ground, and foul ball.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure this team is chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike. And an excellent job keeping it right there.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting a call. He probably should have gotten it. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Marcell Ozuna coming up to hit. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
Man at second. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Batting seventh, catcher Drake
now in
Baldwin.
for the Braves, Drake Baldwin. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Back here in Queens, we head to the bottom of the second. Here's the veteran outfielder, Juan Soto.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
That misses. 2-1. Time asked for at the plate, and he gets it. Sale ready. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
And Sale deals. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Got it. Nice grab. And there's one away.
Batting fifth, first baseman Jorge Polanco.
Here's the veteran first baseman, Jorge Polanco. One down, base is empty. Now this is in the air down the line. Acuna sizing this one up, makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Batting sixth, center fielder.
And next for the Mets, Luis Robert Jr. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
Up the middle. The throw to first. That's out number 3. So they go quietly there. We played 2 full. No score. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. That one missed.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And now the center fielder, Michael Harris II. Fastball for a strike at 95. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they come away without an out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Runner on the go. And that's a stolen base. Not even close.
You know what? I like the aggressiveness right there. It looks like it's going to be tough to score in this one. Really good pitching so far. So why not try to put some pressure on him and see if you can steal the bag, get in the scoring position.
Goes down looking.
Well, this guy's been pretty much a non-factor so far this weekend. Very little in the way of impactful at-bats and quality at-bats, and let alone contact. That's the 6th time they've set him down on strikes in the series. So no doubt frustration mounting and very high right now.
Swings through that one.
Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break.
He's in a tough spot. Had to make a great pitch. Did it. Got the strikeout. Gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here at Citi Field. Now here is Francisco Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez.
Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Gets it there in time, though. He keeps his composure, and they get the out.
Second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Here's Marcus Semien. Now Marcus, a career-high 45 homers in 2021 with the Blue Jays. He parlayed that into a 7-year free agent deal with the Rangers.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
1 down, base is empty. Swings and misses. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea.
Well, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him off. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's what he definitely should have laid off of.
And now it's going to be Carson Bench. And that one hit to first. He'll do it himself. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. 9 straight retired here to start the game. We're tied 0-0. Back at the ballpark, and in this series, it has been lights out on the mound as we take a check of the numbers. Polanco hauls it in, and there's one away.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 1 out, base is empty. Liner, base hit.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Go ahead run on base. Here comes Austin Riley. Senga winds and deals. Swings through that one for strike 2. Got him. That's his 9th strikeout so far.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Just missed.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 4th inning underway, no score. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So he cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. And midway in the 4th, no score. Bottom of the 4th, here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
Line drive. Nice grab.
Great hops right there, Boog. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved a knock.
Now it's the DH. Now before the 1-1, time is called. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1 and 2.
Fights that one away. Still 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
And now Reggie Crawford. Swing and a miss. 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
There's a swing and a drive. This one could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
Here's Juan Soto. Yeah, that's fouled off.
And the strategy of winning a ball game, when you could make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. As a run scores on the play.
He puts a great swing on that pitch and drives home the run, and that was always going to be a double. The bounce over the wall just took the guesswork out of it right away. It was a nice swing.
And stepping in for New York, Jorge Polanco. On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We played 4. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
You know, these Braves showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, left fielder.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's the switch hitting left fielder Jurickson Profar.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
That one out to right. Soto sizes this one up, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Now batting, center fielder Michael Harris II.
And next for Atlanta, Michael Harris II.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be in.
And a swing and a miss. And his 11th strikeout in this one, really racking up the whiffs.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm, put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the 5th. Out to short, Lindor. They take the force out, and that is the inning. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Center fielder Luis Roberts Jr.
In the air, right field. Acuna after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play. And it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold onto it after contact.
Makes the grab for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Marcus Semien. On the ground to third. Tosses across to first. And Semien is out. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're through 5. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the second baseman, Nick Allen. And he grounds one to the right side. Semien. The throw to first. And that's one out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. In there at the knees. And the count 1-2.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against it. Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
And there's 2 down.
Now batting, first baseman.
Here's Matt Olson down.
Olson.
Olson with some impressive production lately. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now.
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. Make it 6 shutout innings for him out there now. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. And we're back. Well, we go bottom 6. Now it's the right fielder, Carson Bench. Headed towards the corner, and that is a foul ball. Rips one to right. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed disciplined, got the barrel to the ball, and put it in play.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Here's Francisco Lindor. And now the count 1-2 after the swing and the miss. Chases in the dirt, slider there. In time to get him, one away in the strikeout. And the runner stays where he is.
Man, it's so difficult as a hitter to get on the plane with that pitch. It's breaking down and in, and you've got to find a way to match the plane. And if it's nasty like that one, bite at the end. Most times you're swinging over the top and walking back to the dugout.
One out, and a runner at second here in the bottom of the 6th. Foul ball there. Sale delivers. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Man at second. Back foot slider struck him out.
Now batting,
so up next, Reggie Crawford.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him, right?
Intentional walk here with 2 out. They set up a force at any base to end the inning.
Clearly didn't want to mess with him right there. So I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
First and second, 2 outs. Juan Soto now.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
That one away inside.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 2 left for the Mets. They lead it 1-0. New inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Austin Riley. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Looking to get the tying run on base.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Marcell Ozuna in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. And the tying run is on base.
Well, it might be time to dig into that bullpen. He's looking a little fatigued to me.
No outs. Runner at first. Marcell Ozuna will hit next. In the air, out towards left center. Brings it in. And there's one down.
Up next for Atlanta, catcher Drake Baldwin.
Drake Baldwin next up for the Braves. With the go-ahead run at the plate here in the top half of inning number 7.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Riley leads off first with 1 away. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. He's got it. That's out number 2.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Left fielder Jurickson Profar.
So digging in, Jurickson Profar.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Two outs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Started to go at the 1-2. A check on it to third. Nope, he held back.
Full count.
This one in the dirt. Michael Harris II in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Stays alive. Got him swinging. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Hunter Stratton.
Now pitching.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Hit in the air, center field. Squeezes it, 1 away. Here's the center fielder, Luis Robert Jr. 1 down, base is empty. Foul ball. One, 2 now. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
We don't see this a whole lot anymore, where hitters with 2 strikes are willing to shorten up, tighten up, and try to hit the ball back up the middle other way. He was trying to hit that hole, I believe. Very good at bat with 2 strikes.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Marcus Semien. That misses. Ball 2.
Well, if he's going to steal second, You want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
A sliding stop, and that's a great play for the out. One hit, one left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Mets 1 and the Braves nothing. Back here in Queens, we're at the top of the 8th. And the batter now, Michael Harris II. And here comes the Mets. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Devin Williams.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
In the air, center field. Robert moves under it. Puts it away for the out. Ha-Sung Kim next up for the Braves. And that skips into dirt.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seemed to help. Never helped me.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Unafraid to throw it right there. That's trusting your stump. Just one out away from getting out of a huge jam.
Now, Nick Allen just missed. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. And that is that. Braves go down quietly. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Bottom of the 8th. And now the right fielder, Carson Benj.
Hunter Harvey.
Misses inside. And the count is 2-2. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. And the leadoff man aboard.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Sliced hard but foul. The 1-2. And that's in the dirt. Action in the pen down there. Aaron Bummer, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Jimenez getting loose as well. Outside corner, got him looking.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
The 1-2. Left field. Profar has a beat on it. And there's 2 down. And now it's Juan Soto. Benj at second. Lindor at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
That one
2
is
balls,
upstairs.
2 strikes.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Profar coming on. And he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Back here at Citi Field, we go to the 9th. And here is Ronald Acuna Jr. Here comes the manager. Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Sean Manaea.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Swings over the top of that one.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Simeon gets it to first. They get the out on Acuna.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team. Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field now.
Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. 2 down. So it's their last chance in this one. And the batter now, Austin Riley. The 1-1 is fouled off. The Braves down to their final strike. Hit to right, and that should do it. He puts it away, and that'll do it. The Mets hold on to win a tight one as this one ends as a 1-run ball game.
Well, this one was all about the pitching and defense. Outstanding job of the pitcher really attacking hitters, trusting what the catcher was putting down, and trusting the players standing behind him to make the plays defensively. Sometimes you want to see a high-scoring game, but sometimes you can appreciate the artistic beauty of what these pitchers did on the mound today.